Well, ready for this? Here's my prize. The 70 Ford Falcon. She's a 4-door, 6-cylinder base model car. Oh, it turns.
There's no brakes.
All right, guys.
Here we are, man.
We're on the road.
You get to drive your car for the first time.
This is awesome. Check us out now. Woo!
Yeah, it's good. I got my helmet on for safety.
Look at the ants. This is the craziest thing I've never seen. Yeah, another brake line gone. So
Look at this.
yeah, it has its own little aquarium. Yep, look at that. Look at that. That can't be good. Hey guys, it's Bill. Welcome to FlatBroke Garage. If you're new, thanks for checking me out. I hope you stick around, maybe subscribe. If you're a regular, you definitely know this car because it's been in a lot of my videos. Actually, this car helped launch my little YouTube channel. I started out with my 71 Blue Torino, which we're actually putting an engine in now. But this little car really helped the channel take off. I love this thing. This is my 1970.5 Ford Falcon, and I started doing YouTube videos on it. Not the best. It's been a couple years now, and probably about 60 pounds ago. But this car means a lot to me. I rescued it, and it is a daily driver for me. So what I thought I'd do is assemble one long video out of all the weird little shorts that I have and snippet videos to kind of tell the story of the Falcorino. I hope you enjoy it, and we will see you guys at the end. Hey guys, it's Bill, FlatBroke Garage. I'm back at my favorite junkyard, and it's still hot here in the south, as you can tell. I mean, it's crazy hot. I mean, whew. I bought the dumbest car out here. I really did. The 70 Ford Falcon. She's a 4-door, 6-cylinder base model car. Like when I say Falcon, I mean that's the base car. Like it was street legal. And that's like all it really had on it. I mean, it's rubber floor mats, plastic seats, vinyl seats. I mean, just basic. And it's mine. I'm such a proud father. It's gonna rain here, guys. But we're gonna do a quick walk around video of this car and see what you guys think, see what kind of comments you got. Did I do something stupid? Let me know. Let's take a look at it. And I want to get this done before it pours. There she is. She's a 250, 6-cylinder. He said it turned. I don't know. We have to put this down. All right. See if she turns. Oh, it turns. Little tight. Oh, shit. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it turns over. She's got oil. I mean, transmission juice. There ain't nothing on the stick, but I guess if we get it going, that can be our next issue. And then if I want to drive it home, I guess brakes would help. Oh, look. Fire ants. Oh, should be fine. They're great. They only sting a little bit. So let's check our master here. Wow. It's still got juice in it. This is kind of promising. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Am I kind of crazy for buying a 4-door, 6-cylinder Falcon? I mean, not very desirable car, but it's solid. I mean, I've kind of looked under it. See if we can get her open again. It's bare bones. I mean, the floors are good. There's the other headlight ring for it. That's cool. Seats aren't all tore up. Oh, there's a smell. Whew. But let's look in front here. All right. Ouch. But I mean, look at the seats. Seats are like mint. The headliner, there's not a single rip in this headliner anywhere. It's unfortunate the dash cracked. These dashes are hard to find. Get in here a little more. I think it's got 56,000. I'm guessing those might be original miles. I mean, those pedals have like no wear on them. It's got the audio Vox. Got a hole in the window. That sucks. Let's see what's in the glove box. Ooh, look at this. I'm ready to go to town. I got the Roadmaster equalizer.
Let's pop the hood on this.
Back in the days, guys, you had this setup, you were styling. That's cool. The door handle. But like I said before, this is a Falcon. Manual steering, manual brakes, 4-door. I mean, as bare bones as you're gonna get. And I just can't get over how good it is. Do another little walk around on it. I mean, the fenders have no rust down here. Rockers. I mean, it's good. I've laid under this car, and that was the deciding factor for me. I mean, the unibody on it's good. No rust holes anywhere. Tires even have air in them still. Well, 3 of them. You know, it's good. Sunset Ford. If any of you know where Sunset Ford was, I'm guessing somewhere North Carolina, Georgia, or Tennessee. Oh no, this car was from Missouri, so. But no lock. Let's see what treasures lay in here. Oh, look at the fuel tank. I mean, this is mint, guys. This car is, there's no rust in here. I am one happy camper. For you Torino owners or Mustang owners or Ford unibody owners, I mean, you will agree with me. Oh, you can't get light in there. This is primo. I wonder if that's an original tank. Wow. This thing's clean. This thing is clean underneath. Cool. Well, guys, I hopefully have a win. The engine turns over. The car's really solid. It's clean inside. Well, you know, clean for my standards. I think it'll run. He did say it would run. He's never seen it run, but he got it from his brother, like I said, back in the 90s, and it ran. The engine does turn over. I'm going to go buy a bunch of parts. I'm going to get a battery. I guess I'm going to put a tire on it because we're kind of light one tire here. And I'm going to see if I can drive this home. Hi, Bill, FlatBroke Garage. I got buddies with me today. I got my buddy Charlie, my buddy John from Eastern Hot Rodder, and we're going to try and make my car drive home. Try. Anyway, well, you know,
We'll see how that goes.
they want to check out the yard. I mean, everybody's seen the video. They want to go see the yard. He thinks he's got a future gasser project there. Quite possibly.
And now.
He's just got a pocket full of money, so you know, their toll or admission to do this, they got to help me get this car going. So my buddy Chuck is on the camera. Hi, Chuck.
So,
well, Bill failed to mention anything about fire ants and poison oak until we got here today.
Yeah, and hornets. Yeah, well, you know, see, there's just a need to know basis, and they didn't need to know. So yeah, we're gonna hop out there and drive it home. We need a name for the car, so we got to come up with a name. But
it's like a Torino, right? Torino
Falcon.
yeah.
It's a Falcorino.
Falcorino. Oh, the Falcorino. Yeah. So, all right. Well, like I said, if you guys have a name, put it down in the comments below. I'm interested to hear some cool names, and we'll see you out there. We put a rock under the back tire. So basically, the first order of business when we got there was to get the wheel off and address the brakes. Because if I wanted to drive home, I had to have some kind of brakes. I had already made up a steel brake line at the shop and had brought the rubber brake lines that had blown. The biggest problem was just kind of getting everything fished through and lined up, because I just roughly bent the line and left a little extra just in case I had to shorten it a bit. Turned out I did have problems with my flares, and it eventually all came together, but it was a pain. The hardest thing in the world to start is a brake line at an awkward angle. They never start. Oh, so frustrating. I need like 4 hands in the spot of 1. So
I'm going to put the cap on, but I'm not going to latch it.
right, the flare is messed up. It's covering the threads, so I got to reflare this. Woo! With the
China-matic.
Harbor Freight China-matic. So I might just mess up another flare. That's why I put extra brake line on. So
Yep, we're in the sun.
these things always slide in these brake lines. Worst brake line tools ever, unless it's the only brake line flaring tool you have, then it's the best brake line tool you ever had. Oh shit, that's too much. You hold it. Keep trying.
That's my year.
So we're pillaging parts. This F-150 here's got just the thing I need, a solenoid. We gotta walk through all these stupid briars again. These things are miserable. So I am pillaging me a solenoid. It's a different style. This is the kind from the 80s. But I'm sure it'll work. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's it. Okay. So it was a solenoid.
Key was on.
Bad ground right now.
Key was on when I...
Well, plugs are wet, bald now. We got some new ones.
That looks better.
It's gapped. That's good, gapped. Engine's rebuilt. Alright guys,
Here we are, man.
We're on the road.
You get to drive your car for the first time.
this is awesome.
It's freaking cool,
You know,
right?
look, we cranked the
I
vent
can't
windows.
believe how good this thing runs.
Look. You know, it sounds like it's got a diesel in it.
It does,
doesn't
man. It probably needs a belt
Look at-
adjustment.
No, vent window?
But yeah, this is cool,
neat.
man. This is pretty wild. Like,
Check us out, dude. Woo!
yeah, it's good. I got my helmet on for safety. Just
25 years, or 28 years, and it's back on the road.
This is the road, man. You just almost hit the mailbox.
I know, well, you know. Yeah, well, you know, this trip really wasn't everything we thought it would be.
That's true.
You show them. Yeah,
Look at this.
look at, we
This
are
guy in
hauling.
his flatbed truck is moving the car for us.
So here's where our trip is going. You know,
We'll kind of give you another view.
things could have been a little bit better, but
Hey, I bought a dump truck from that place down there.
oh, I'm
41
in the
Chevy.
car.
Yeah.
I'm in my car.
On the back of a flatbed.
On the back of
But hey, you know, we gave it a try, and we got it running, and then it didn't want to run. It was like the car wanted to tell us that we were going to die if we went over the mountain road.
Yeah,
So,
we didn't want to go over the mountain road.
Yeah, so we tried pulling it forward. There was absolutely no brakes, even after replacing that brake line. We thought we had a bit of a pedal. I haven't had no brakes like that since my buddy Brendan's CJ7.
We may have just tapped the headlight a bit.
It might have busted a headlight.
Might have busted the headlight,
It's,
but-
the headlight was a better brake than the brakes were.
And all that time I spent working on the brakes too.
Yeah, flaring it like 4 times. You're a professional flare.
Dude, we're hauling ass on this road.
I don't know what. Can you see a speedometer?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I feel like we're going faster than we should be.
Yeah,
On
you know-
when we're sitting in the back of a
You know-
flatbed.
This is the dumbest thing ever, guys. Oh, good. We're stopping here. This is where
Yeah,
we're stopping.
this is our get out zone before we get on the main road.
Yeah, I tell you, we made it.
We did.
We did. We made it. We
out
drove.
of the junkyard.
We're in the car, moving.
Yeah, and we made it out of the junkyard.
You know,
And I did burn rubber with it.
You
Before,
did?
Yeah,
You did?
I
You were the first
I actually
person
spun a
to
tire
spin a
in the
tire.
mud and left
Yep,
rubber
yep,
marks
yep.
on the mud. I
So,
should have filmed that.
This just goes to show not all these car revival things work out as planned.
No.
I mean, we threw parts at it, and we just
but they do work out as expected.
they do. It's 110 degrees with
It's hot, man.
80, 90, 100% humidity.
Yeah.
There's fire ants in here.
Yeah, I sprayed most of them with with brake clean, but
So-
they're still here.
Yeah, we're getting out. We're going home.
Yeah,
But-
but
Hey,
overall, it's
it was
still a
an
success.
experience, man.
Yes, it was.
Not exactly what I had planned to bring it home, but we had way too many problems. On top of it, we were just getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. I mean, just feasted on. The brake line kept popping. It needs brake lines all the way through it. Carb needs to be rebuilt. I mean, as much as I really, really wanted to drive it home, didn't work out. So we got her hauled home. We'll get it running here, and we will get her back on the road. Back with the Falcorino. It's a cool name. Other name suggestions we got was Groot and Gangrene. Those are up there. Anyways, in the prior video, I had mentioned there was a cool story about this car, and it is kind of cool, at least to me. When I put up that the car was sold by Sunset Ford, I did some research. I got a Marty report on the car, and Marty reports are basically Ford records. You can put in a VIN number and they tell you everything about the car, where and when it was built, how many were built in that color, if it's got a purple sun visor. I mean, it's that kind of stuff. But the thing I wanted to know was the car actually sold by Sunset Ford, or was it like a used car somebody traded in and they just put their thing on it? So I got the Marty report back, and it is indeed sold by Sunset Ford. I believe it was sold July 17th, 1970. Which is cool. They have the actual day the dealer sold it. So I contacted Sunset Ford and let them know that I actually own a car they sold 52 years ago. They thought, that's cool, you know. And they've been in business, like I said, 110 years, so they sent me some swag. I got a Sunset Ford key tag. I got a cool Sunset Ford t-shirt. Huh? How cool is that? And, of course, what car is not complete without the Sunset Ford license plate thing? This car's got a list. I mean, it needs things like lots of things. First and foremost, remove the fire ants. My God, there's fire ants in here. I mean, they are everywhere. They're in the battery, the seats, the ashtray, the trunk. There's one. I mean, they're everywhere. I'm going to have to I got to gut the car. We got to pressure wash it. And, you know, that's another thing. We're going to, like, wash some of the environment off of it and see if there's actually any shine left on this thing. I don't know. Let's see what happens, and let's get cleaning on this thing and see if we can get these ants out of here. Oh my gosh. You can see this stuff is like, it's moss. There's actually moss growing on the car. But look at, there's no rust. That's crazy. I can see where the name Groot would fit with all the moss. So, yeah. Oh, kind of weird lichen thing on the door. And then we got just leaves. Not going to buff out. Roof is good still, but we'll see what happens after we wash it. And definitely not going to buff out. So, let's get her clean. Pull her over and get the pressure washer out and really kind of just blast the history off it, and hopefully the ants, because but the tires keep popping, so I got some tires coming in for it. So I just put a actual original bias ply tire on there. Looks kind of cool. I guess that's how it looked. And well, at least the parking brake works. Well, as you can see, my buddy gave me some cleaner that, boy, it makes your eyes burn. But I've soaked it down in this cleaner, and I mean, it's kind of getting the stuff off, but well, we've pressure washed, I guess, the top layer of crud off. And I guess that's what kind of preserved it, because it's got layers of stuff. I scrubbed it, I pressure washed it, I treated it, like I said, with chemicals that burn your eyes. I think we're going to have to SOS it. Just get the treated SOS pads and scrub the whole car down. But it does look better. You know, from 40 feet away, it looks like Grandma's car. They found out this is primer. Somebody tried to save the paint, so they primed it. And this primer is blowing off with the pressure washer, as is this primer. I even gave it a little rub here with some wet sandpaper. I'll be able to wet sand all this primer off. I have no idea why the guy primed the quarter panel and the fender. Maybe tried to make it look like a police car. I can't figure it out. It still is pretty clean. I found a rust hole on the fender there, not big, because these Torino fenders rot out. And it's got the Grandma pull in the garage rub mark. I don't know if you can see it, but when Grandma starts misjudging stuff and she, you know, when she pulls in the garage, it's got a rub mark there. valance is kind of falling off in the back. And this down here, you tell me how that happened. I have no clue. Like, how can you hook, like, get in there and hook that piece and bend that out and not mess that up? So that's a story in itself. So I'm going to go get me some SOS pads and scrub it up dub again. And hopefully that removes layer number 2 or 3 of the history of this thing. And we might get to wet sanding and buffing the car. See, there's some paint there, so maybe I can bring it back. So it got me the old, I don't know, SOS, or I think these are Brillo pads from the old dollar store here, and they're working. Really gonna have to buff the car out because the steel wool is just digging in. But I mean, all of this, whatever it is, tree sap or nature or whatever, is soaked into the paint too. So I don't know, there's something kind of satisfying and zen-like about doing this. You know, it's to actually see it come off, you know, it's kind of nice. But I don't think you want to sit here and watch me for half a day do this, so I'll show you the finished product once we get her done. Well, it's the next day. Scrub the whole thing with the Brillo pads. Basically like wet sand in the car. The whole car is kind of foggy. We're going to put some little buffing on it and see if we can bring some of the color back and get some shine going. You know, funny thing is once you clean it, you start seeing all the weird little dents. Look, the ants are still on this car. I know I'm obsessing about this, but it's just so weird. And in the inside, you wait till we get in there. There's plenty of ants in there too. But anyway, you can see all the little flaws now once it gets clean. You know, like that flaw. But, so we're going to buff it out and see if there's still some shine left in the lacquer paint. Well, here's kind of a before and after from one hit with the buffer. It's definitely some life left in the paint. She's got to shine. I mean, you know, like I said, look at, just buffed. There's an ant. I know, I'm obsessed. But yeah, she's got some shine. That's just the first run over with a buffer. So we'll just keep going on it and see what we can come up with. Well, I got a lot of the car buffed. You know, it's kind of shiny-ish. But I'm over to this side of the car here, and it's got the high-tech primer. Now, when I pressure washed it, pressure washer took off a fair chunk of this. This guy didn't prep this or do anything. He just painted it. I don't know why, but basically, you can just wet sand this stuff off. It's not too bad. There should be, hopefully, some paint underneath. But, once again, kind of satisfying to get all this stuff off. Well, there you have it. About 20 minutes, 15 minutes of fat guy sanding on a fender. But I got most of it off. I used a 320 grit. I'm going to move up to a 400 or 600, kind of get those deeper scratches out, but we should be good to buff. Roy approves. Look at, I just opened the door. Look at the ants. This is the craziest thing I've never seen. There's so many ants in this car. Oh my God. So I got the back seat pulled out, and there is a rodent type creature that did live here. He was busy. Doesn't smell bad though, so chipmunk, I don't know, probably just a rat or a mouse. They grabbed everything from over here, but look at this, guys. That is the original build build tag for this car. It's still in here. You can even read the lettering and the part for the burlap. I have to dig her out and take a look. Well, we had a minor mishap this morning. I went to fire up the old Falcorino and back her up, and the exhaust just rotted off. So I got me a little piece glued in here. Kind of got her up on the air. So I want to show you underneath this car. I mean, this thing is way cleaner than I thought it was. First off, here's the rockers. You can see, of course, where I didn't wash. But the rockers, everything in this car is perfect. There's the front fender. Come under here to the floors. Floors are nice. Got a bit of a translite leak. Yeah, there's my broken exhaust. Gotta get that hung back up. Here's some more of the floors. These are the rear floor pans. I mean, like, all the nuts and bolts came off. I mean, the hangers came apart. Here's spring mounts. I mean, there's no rust on anything. I mean, for a unibody Ford, this would be Mustang, Falcon, Torino. I mean, man, this thing is nice. I wish this car was a two-door. I really do. But I mean, it's good. It's a four-door. We're gonna save it. We're gonna drive it. It's gonna be a grocery getter thing. They had air shocks on it, pretty high tech. These Torino springs tend to sag out a bit, so I can see why they did that. But yeah, I just had to show you the rockers and the floors. I mean, they are just so lucky. Here's the torque boxes. I guess we got, no, it's not a hole. Well, first oil change. It's full, it's black, but got it run up to temperature, sloshed everything around. It's not milky, that's the key. She's just dirty. So we'll throw some high mileage oil in there, and you know, maybe that'll help that lifter pump up. I don't know, we'll see. We are so far. Car's cleaner, smells better, less ants, and next step is mechanical. We're going to have to take care of the fuel system, obviously, because the boat tank isn't going to work. Brakes, huge plus in the mountains. I have been moving it with a parking brake, but, you know, let's face it, we need brakes. Tires, shocks, sway bar links. I mean, all the running gear stuff is dry. Basically, everything rubber or flexible needs to be replaced. All right. Falcorino update. Trying to get the brakes going. Here's my fancy exhaust repair. We have a hole in the line. You can see it right. Where's my finger? Right up there. So you can cut it off there. Luckily, there's a junction right there. I don't know if that's going to come apart. It doesn't look very promising. So if we can get this off and cut it off somewhere back here, flare it out, and I think we'll have good shape. The line is in pretty good condition most of the way down. It's just sometimes where these hangers are, you know, they they rub right here, the metal. It wears them thin. So I think the other one up there rotted out. So we'll get the line cut out and get it put in. Look at how they went around the mounts here. That's fancy. But yeah, we'll get it put in and see if we got brakes. The amazing thing about this car is, like, let's see. Yeah, nothing's stuck. I mean, nothing's rotted on. I mean, how cool is this? I mean, I'm so lucky. Look at that, finger tight. Oh, kind of. Look at that. Came right off, man. Wow. Sweet. Well, we'll get this cut out and get her patched. So here's the rotten piece of brake line that I cut out. I just cut off the one end at the union, just put a ratchet on it, took that fitting off and cut it off on the other end. I'm going to have to flare that down underneath the car and, you know. So I dug through my stuff and I found a piece of used brake line and I bent it just to match. Look, that's custom. Looks just like it. So I've got the union here. I got to go underneath the car and flare it where I cut it. Put a union in there. And this side still has the factory Ford union thing. So we'll get the brake line on and hopefully brakes. All right, give her a push. Yeah, another brake line gone. So, awesome. Well, so here's the new line. Well, I'm going to try and fix one more line. Front brakes, we got one front brake that works. The other one, it's bleeding, but the brakes aren't working, so I'm guessing the wheel cylinders froze. And same thing with this wheel, it'll bleed, but the brake isn't working. So, let's see if we can break a brake line. Oh, look at that. Sweet. Or is that the wrench? No, the line's moving. Cool. Well, I'm getting a new brake line in. This will bleed, but the brakes aren't moving, so probably the wheel cylinders. So we're going to get all this cleaned up. I got wheel cylinders ordered, put wheel cylinders on. The brake pads don't look bad. We're going to, you know, just rebuild it like them other guys do. Get the rebuilding can. Well, I guess that would explain why the brakes wouldn't work. See this side. Yeah, I think new wheel cylinders are in order. Ain't no rebuilding these. The can of worms grows. Yeah, that's cars. So, I'm getting my brakes together, so figured the drums aren't bad, but I'm going to send them out to the machine shop, get them cleaned up, and make them look new. So basically, this is a machine shop. Could go in there and zizz them out and hit the outside and put the Earl Scheib on it, and I'll have brand new brake drums. I'll tell you what, these are original Ford brake drums. I would rather have 52-year-old Ford brake drums than brand new Chinesian or Indonesian brake drums. So they got some life on them. Just clean them up and, you know, heck with it. I am FlatBroke Garage. All right, so I got half a can of new here. So I'm going to spray some more new on these. And there you go. I got brand new brake drums from 1970. Well, I got the front one rebuilt. Let me show you this one. This wheel cylinder wasn't as bad, but it was still bad. So had a bunch of parts left. The springs looked all good, so I just put new wheel cylinder, brake line, adjuster, cable. It seems to be good. I'm gonna pack the wheel bearings, get her all tightened up. I'm waiting on a wheel cylinder for the back one to get a new wheel cylinder in there. That hardware looked good too. So I'm gonna put it together. Well, here we are, guys, standing in the carnage. Brakes are all done-ish. You know, we got the lines put on that we should. Got all the wheel cylinders done. Hardware replaced that was broken. Master still seems to be working. We got them bled. Going for our first official drive on the gas tank of the car. You know, see how that goes. And with the brakes. So, wish us luck. Let's go. Check it out. The door buzzer works. Kind of.
Silver leaves are rustling in a cottonwood tree. Lucky you. If you listen to your dreams.
All right. Fingers crossed. Well, the brakes seem to be working. Yeah, here we go. Get her turned around the first drive. All right. Well, second gear. Third gear. We're at 30 miles an hour. Let's try the brakes here. Oh, pulling to the right. I gotta just. I just died. Luckily, I brought my magic primer bottle. So I'm guessing it's an accelerator pump. I got prime it just like loses prime, or maybe the fuel pump's bad. I don't know. That should be enough emergency juice. Oh shit. I'm losing parts. Oh, we're leaking something. That can't be good. I don't know what that is. See if I can get it started. Let's see what we're hemorrhaging. All right. Oh, she's quitting on me again. I ain't good at all. It's definitely radiator, I think. Yeah. So, well, this radiator is done. Still got to get a radiator. We definitely need a carburetor. Well, we drove it, I don't know, 1,000 feet. Let me see if I can get it running. Well, we're driving her back. Oh, don't quit, don't quit. We need a carburetor. Radio works. Going 30 miles an hour. Holy crap. So, see if I can get it back up my driveway. That radiator sprung a major leak. So we'll get, whoa, up here. Hell, we're hauling ass. Well, it made it back. It stops, and it's running on its own gas tank, kind of. I think I got carburetor issues, but all in all, I don't know. First successful, turn the radio down. First successful trip from the nest. Yeah, she needs a carb. Accelerator pump. You gotta keep feathering it. Runs good. It's not running. I mean, it's running a decent temperature. I guess all the water hasn't leaked out of it yet, but you know, I mean, speedometer works, fuel gauge don't work. You know, the old original fuel filter, she might be plugged. I'm going to toss a new one in here, and I've checked that fuel filter. That one's okay, but running on that tank, and I don't know what's in there. I'm going to have to maybe put one or two of these in line, and just as they get plugged, replace them. But we'll get this one thrown on and see what happens. All right, new fuel filter in. See if that makes a difference. This is what was on there. There's some mud coming out. Yeah. Look at it. Yeah, well, I think we'll be changing a lot of these. Well, it's running. Fuel pump is fairly. That's probably just, I filled the bowl up. It's probably just running on that because there ain't nothing in that filter yet. So that pump could be dead, or line could be plugged. I have to look into it. It's amazing. It's just running on. I filled the bowl up. Yeah. You know, the fuel pump picked up. You know, she's kind of cloudy looking gas. Either the tank cleared up or fuel pump picked up, but we're running. She's not charging, so we got somebody put a different regulator on it, but I'll get the old meter out and check her after I get a charge on it, see if it's charging some more. I'm going to let it run for a while. Watch the temperature, that radiator leak. It's still holding good. That lifter noise, I'm kind of hoping the lifter clears up. Somebody's saying dump some trans fluid in the oil, or dump some down the carb, some Berrymans. But so far this is the longest it's run. We'll just see if it just kind of brings itself back. If not, then we'll dump something down the carb and put something in the oil. But we're just gonna let it sit here and run. But yeah, I'm excited. I like the car. It's growing on me, kind of like the moss color. It's growing on me. All right, well, it's up to temperature. We had the idle turned up on this when we had it in the junkyard. Keep it running. I'm gonna see if I can bring that idle down and see if she'll stay running. Let's see. That's pretty good. So with the new fuel filter in, carb adjusted, it was running a lot better. I felt I had to get out and redeem myself. Finally go on a test drive, even if it was for a couple of miles, and come back without having to get out of the car or open the hood. Well, it did it. Here we are. I told you I was going to do it. It just took me a little longer, but we're going to go. We're going to pull the engine on the Falcorino. We're going to get it out, get it apart, and decide what it is we're going to do. It'd be cool to keep it, but we don't know. You know, if it's the same amount of money to rebuild a V8 as it is a 6, you know, I don't know. But I like the purity of the 6. However, it does have one problem. The freeze plug on the back of the engine behind the flex plate is leaking. So the engine's going to have to come out. So as long as we're taking it out, we might as well go through the whole thing and just kind of check it out. It has a constant lifter noise that is not cleared up. It could be a bent push rod from sitting and hit a stuck valve and it bent when we went to start it. I don't know, but we're going to get it apart, find out what it is. So let's get it in the garage and start pulling it out. So this is equipped with a factory Ford 250 cubic inch 6-cylinder engine. It's a step up from the 200 they had before. The engine has plenty of torque. It's got a C4 transmission on it and 300 gear. It rolls down the road pretty good at 70 miles an hour. So all in all, not a bad car. Gets some decent mileage, really doesn't run hot. So, you know, I might want to keep it. We do have big V8s and everything else, so why not keep something kind of original? Like I said, this thing is bone stock. I mean, it is as original as you get. I think the heater hose has been replaced. The water pump, I had to put a starter in it. But other than that, like I said, she's bone stock. Well, I did put a radiator in it. Well, actually, this is going to be the radiator for my Torino. So I guess this shouldn't be too hard, pretty cut and dry. I mean, there's motor mounts. I mean, pull the fuel line, motor mounts, heater hoses, radiator. I mean, you can get right to the bell housing bolts. Man, I wish all cars are this simple. I want to get the valve cover off. I've never even pulled the valve cover on this car. It is actually running on the points that were in the car when we found it in the junkyard. We just filed the points, put them back. So yeah, the coil points, all of that, we put plugs in it, and I put wires on it, used wires, and it runs good. Change the oil, ran all year. I'm dying to know. Let's get this valve cover off and see if there's coffee grounds or sludge or what lives underneath that valve cover, and see if we can find why we got one lifter just making noise. I did add a carburetor to this thing. Straight from China. It really doesn't work too good, but whatever. That's gone. First one, gone. Car. I have talked to the man that bought this from the original owner, and he said it was a woman. Oh, there we go. Let's see. And it appeared to be, he said 56,000 miles. Let's see. Well, that ain't bad at all. That's pretty clean. I'm pretty impressed. You know, got a little bit of the waxy Quaker State buildup in it, but all in all, not too gooey. Let me get the vacuum out. Oh, there's the bolt I dropped. I'm gonna vacuum this out, get this cleaned up, and all right. Well, it's nice to know everything is in easy reach and easy to get to, but it doesn't mean it's gonna come off right away. I think we're gonna need the old blue wrench here to get the exhaust stud bolts or nuts off. There we go. That's what happens when you got 100 feet of hose. I guess it must leak down. They make leaves and stuff you can set on fire. I think they're out the right size wrench. Oh man. And she's still tight. Whew. I'm gonna need a little bit more of their blue wrench, it looks like. That thing is hot. I don't know how much hotter we're gonna have to get this thing. There we go. Oh. So with the radiator out, we got plenty of room to scooch the engine forward. I got the motor mount bolts out down there, which is easy to get to. Got a couple of these bell housing bolts, or trans bolts out up on top, and top starter bolt out. So basically, like I said, we'll just get the car up in the air, get the stuff from underneath out of it, pull it out, and really hope that it's just a freeze plug on the back of the block. My buddy scared me. He said the block could be cracked back there, and it could have frozen cracked, because if you see down here, let's see, this has, see that? It has a replacement freeze plug. One of those ones from China or India. It's just the expanding rubber plug. I really don't like them. So that shows it either had a freeze plug rust and pop out, or froze and pushed out. The other ones don't look too bad, so I took the bolts out for the shield to get to the torque converter. Let me bring you under here and show you. Look at this. Yeah, it has its own little aquarium down here. Now, I've already let some of this water go, but this is nuts. Look at that. This thing was full of water. Ugh. Nothing like laying in water too. I'm so excited. Well, when I put up on the old social media here that I gonna be pulling the engine on the Falcorino, a lot of my Torino buddies are like, pull the front grill, pull the front grill. And kind of here's why. The front grill on this car is also the same front grill that's on a Cobra Torino. They're pretty rare grills. If you see, I put a video up. We smashed this grill when we picked the car up. Is it this side or that side? I can't even remember. But, oh, here it is. I smashed this whole grill. The car rolled into a pile of junk and broke all this. I made this out of fiberglass. It came out pretty good. But these grills are made of unobtainium, I guess. So I'm going to have to pull this grill out because I don't want to break it either. And they're pretty brittle. They're just plasticky kind of things. So for all my Torino buddies out there, yes, I'm taking the grill out so we don't smash it. Everything's unbolted. Torque converter stuff is off. Hopefully all the doodads and brackets are off. Let's see what comes out of here. I'm dying to see what's wrong, if it's a freeze plug or cracked block in the back. I'm really curious. And yes, see? Ta-da! Grill's out, Torino guys. Well, the engine's out. There's some crud back here. We're going to find out together what's wrong with the back of this block. If it's a freeze plug, hopefully, or if the block is cracked. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I should have marked that. Things are like a Rubik's Cube getting that washer on there. Ooh, look at that. She's been rusting for a while, leaking for a while. Look at that rust. All right. Let's see what's behind door number 1, shall we? I had to pry the engine off. Wow. I'm guessing there is our culprit. Right there. Yep, she's soaked. Let's see. Yep, look at that. Look at that. That can't be good. So, at least it is just a freeze plug. It's been leaking for a long time. Look at this one. Oh, filling my shop up with water. But yeah, there's our problem. Look, you see the water level. This thing was full up to here with water. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that can't be good. Well, like I said, we could just replace freeze plugs, regasket it. I'm going to take it to my buddy at J&B Performance. I'm going to have him hot tank it. We're going to go through it, check the cam bearings, well, all the bearings, rings, maybe go through the head and fix some little issues, because we've had somebody working on this that's almost as good as I am. But it's either fix here, they broke this ear. You just put a nut and bolt through there to hold the exhaust manifold on. These are an integrated intake and head. So there's really, I don't know if you call them performance, but there's not a lot of upgrades for these, because the intake is, like I said, integrated right onto this head. You know, we'll have them clean the head up. Like I said, check the bearings. And somebody put stop leak in at one time, I think, to fix it. And, you know, this whole thing needs to be boiled out. But, I mean, look at no oil leaks. You can see the E there. There is factory chalk marks or wax pencil marks still on this engine. All right, well, here's the head that was on the 6-cylinder, the original head. Now, this head has been off because you could see originally all the orange gasket goo. So we knew some head work had been done. And it looks like it had been done poorly, because here are some of the noise problems. These valves, according to my buddy Eric here, looks like somebody fidgeted with his head and they ground the valves down, the end of the valves. And 2 of the valves had spacer. They had spacer on the rockers. And that's what was giving me the noise. And I believe it was this valve here and this valve here. But they put spacers on the rockers for no apparent reason. So the engine itself is pretty good condition, but the head, not so much. So what I do have is a head off a, I'm guessing a early to mid 80s. This is on a Ford Fairmont. It was a 200 6-cylinder, but if you look, it's way more better. And the intake on these is bigger, the valves are bigger, and it has hardened seats. So that should be a decent upgrade for that. So we'll see. He's going to do a little research on it for me. He's going to splash some cleaner stuff on it and see if we can swap those heads. That would definitely be an improvement. Now let's go look at the block. Well, here's the block. You know, it's pretty clean on the outside. He said on the inside, she was level with like cake batter. He said about halfway up, all the freeze plugs, all the ports were just jammed full of goo. So I don't know if that was stop leak because of the rear plug and they just kept dumping stop leak in it, or it's just full of goo. The block itself had that Castrol, or what was the oil with the wax? It was Castrol, I think. Whatever they used back in the 70s, but it left a waxy film in everything. And you literally had to dig all the goo out of this and then throw it in the old hot tank. And here she is. She's still not perfect, but what he did find is there's a, I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a pretty good ridge in these cylinders. Number 1 is the worst. He mentioned me, he thought because it was getting a little hotter because the water wasn't really flowing. And the nickel in these blocks was scant to none, so you had a pretty good wear on this. Overall, though, he believes, as do I, it is a 56,000 mile engine. I guess the timing chain was rough, but we're going to bore it. What the hell? We're here. It's only money. They print new stuff every day, so we're going to knock it out, go 30 over. And basically, we can reuse the crank. Here's our crank. He said it's excellent condition. The cam is good. Gonna get new lifters in it and timing chain in the head, and voila, there we go. We should be ready for the power tour, I hope. My buddy Eric started working on that. We got the head all done. The long block is done. He went to assemble it. He was doing the head and he found a hairline crack. And it's right through the valve guide, right through the head. Turns out the head's useless. So I now have to go try and find an 80s 6-cylinder Ford head, either off a 200 or a 250. I don't know. I live in the middle of nowhere. But luckily my buddy Steve that owns the yard that this car came from has a bunch of cars. So we're going to head out there with chainsaws and tools. I think I found a Granada that might have the right head. So let's head over there and see if I can get this head off, and if I go through all the labor, if the head's even worth it. But what am I going to do? You know, I'm really fighting to keep this 6-cylinder. So let's go over there and get this head off and see how it goes. So we have the Jeep all loaded up with the weapons of choice. Well, we made it back here. I gotta get me a path. I think I gotta trim a couple trees. Well, there's the Granada right there. I like the trailer ball just bolted onto the bumper. All right, well, here she is. Let's see. It says 44,000 miles. Beauty! Let's start getting this pig out of here. I don't even know which engine. This is a 200 or a 250. Well, upon first inspection of getting the valve cover off, dude, this might be a 44,000 mile car. This thing's really, really clean. Really nice. I mean, look inside the valve cover. It's spotless. So, this might be a win, dude. I mean, that's pretty cool. Oh, she's loose. There we go. Get that out. Ready? Oh, I grabbed the wrong thing. Oh. Woo! All right, so I'm going to get this head spun around. I'm going to get that exhaust manifold taken off because that's junk. And hopefully none of the bolts break. Kind of clean up the mess here a little bit. I want to show you guys the newest edition of FlatBroke Garage. Couldn't afford the big attack dog, so we got this little guy here. His name's Elmer. What do you think, Elmer? He's gonna be helping out in the shop as long as the other dogs or a hawk doesn't grab him. So he's hanging with me today. Well, my timing couldn't have gotten better. I'm out here just cleaning up this head and UPS showed up. They brought me the last part I need for my engine, and that is the harmonic balancer or dampener. Look at that. Brand new, double pulley. But tomorrow we're going to head up to my buddy Eric's place. Going to get the head dropped off, dampener dropped off. Going to do a follow-up on the long block, see how that's coming. Well, here we are. We've made it over to my buddy Eric's place, and here's the long block, all set up, ready to go. She is bored 30 over. I mean, we're doing good. All we got to do is get that head on. A big day for me, man. I'm excited. I finally got my engine back for my Falcorino project. So basically, while the engine was out being freshened up, we kind of doweled up the inside of the engine bay. I did a rattle can rebuild. Yeah, like I said, all in all, it's in really good shape in the engine bay area. The exhaust manifold is original. Now back with the original intake, there used to be a little tube that came off that manifold that went up to the carburetor for the choke. Well, with this new EGR stuff, I had to kind of delete on the tube for the choke. So all I did was I put a self-tapper in here, and I'm going to take some high-temp JB Weld, just kind of coat it a little bit. I hate exhaust leaks. So that's one little thing we had to change. The vacuum ports on the other intake came off the sides. I'm going to get a 90 and put the original vacuum fittings on there. The water outlet on the original head was junk, and every other head that we had. So I have to order one of these. I think Mustang place will have that. But we don't have to worry about that right now. Got to get my clutch plate on. I'm going to finish getting some doodads put on here, and we'll get it set in there. But first, before I do that, is I'm going to pull the torque converter, and I'm going to put a pump seal on, kind of clean the converter up, because, you know, you go through all the problem, put an engine in, and, you know, your torque converter seal leaks. So it's a $3 item. Let's just change it now and hope for the best. Okay, well, I got the old transmission seal out. Got a new one here. Luckily, it's the right one. Pop that in and clean up the torque converter and stop this Valdez going on. I got the torque converter cleaned up and back in, kind of wiped all that out. Going to grab the old engine. We're going to try and stuff her in here. Just when you think everything goes good, I set the engine in, literally falls right into place. Everything goes perfect, and I caught a huge mistake. I'm sure some of you guys kind of caught the mistake when I was putting a flex plate on, but yep. Do you see the mistake now? I know I was just in too much of a rush. Here's my mistake. I forgot to put the plate on. The spacer plate or starter plate or whatever you call this. I forgot to put it on. So, right after the engine nested in, I noticed it. I'm going to pull it out. We're going to redo it again. I don't think I'm going to make you sit through putting it in twice, but we'll get this put on. I'm an idiot. All right, so round 2 in the books. We got the engine back in here the second time. And hopefully this time, it's without problems. So I got the engine finally bolted up. I got the little throttle or the passing gear doodad that's part of the bolts in the back attached. Like I said, motor mounts are in. So I'm going to start working on some of the other stuff. I got the exhaust hung up. I got to put this weird exhaust hanger back on. So basically all the heavy lifting is done. The engine's in, everything's pretty much snugged in. I have to finish putting plugs, cap, rotor, Pertronics in. I need to get an adapter for the intake because the original little vacuum port thing is, I don't know, was it 7/16 and that's 1/2 inch. I did find something cool though. If you see the hose here, this is the heater hose. DO, that means 1970. That's a Ford Autolite part number. This is an original heater hose, I believe. And she's got some wear on it. I'm going to replace them. But how cool is that? I mean, one original heater hose. It's still soft too. So that's a plus. I have to lengthen my vacuum port or hose for the vacuum port because on the other intake, the earlier intake, the vacuum was over there. So just a couple little nippy tucky things. And once again, you know, when you order parts, of course they're always right. Yeah, this, no, I don't. We got set to choke, but it runs. All right, now we can finish doing some stuff on it. Good sign, good sign. Well, I'm getting everything about buttoned up. I'm getting the vacuum. I got new vacuum lines. I'm getting these run over here. I got my all my throttle linkage set up for the kick down. All that's hooked up. Got a PVC in. I got the Pertronics put in. I got to cut the wires to length. Got the air cleaner all kind of painted up. So, well, here we are. We're actually 2 days after the day I started the engine. The problem was I didn't have a lower radiator hose, and I couldn't even find one listed anywhere. They recommended a flex hose, and I just didn't have the heart to get a flex hose. So I did a lot of searching and cross-referencing, and I found a hose that works. So that makes me happy. So we got it full of antifreeze. All right, well, I got it running about 1300 RPM. Just kind of a loose break-in just for the rings and the lifter. So we'll let her cruise for a while, get up the temperature, and check for leaks and drips and other nonsense. But seems to be running pretty good. Check our timing on it, and we'll go from there. Well, it's been running for a while, and thermostat's opened, but my temperature gauge is not working. Now this gauge worked before I pulled the engine out, so I don't know if it's a sensor or the gauge died. I'm gonna have to mess with that a little bit later, but we are at 58 pounds oil pressure at 1300 RPM, and she's hot. That's good. We found a problem. Nothing on the engine. Everything in the engine's good. Nothing's leaking. But check this out. No! I just blew the heater core. That sucks. So I guess I'm gonna have to loop these lines. Dang it. Put a heater core in this thing. My exhaust is blown. As you can hear now, she rattles. Well, the temperature gauge in the car doesn't work, but we could throw a probe in there. Barbecue probe. And the car's running. It's got a 160 thermostat. She's at 155 at the radiator, so she's not hot at all. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to fix that because she's gone Valdez on me. We're gonna take it for a drive, see how my timing's set, see how it does, and see if we got any more leaks. And that brings us up to now. So yeah, this car has been great. We've done a bunch of other stuff to it. Painted a deck lid, did a Bluetooth factory AM radio conversion, air shocks. There's a bunch of other videos that I didn't include in this because really it's getting kind of long. I also did not include the first start video when I went to start it in the junkyard because the file was corrupt. And I don't know how to fix that. It is on my channel. I'll put a link to the first start of this car at the end of the video or down in the description below. Anyways, it's our daily driver. We really do drive this thing. I've taken it to construction sites. We get groceries with it. It's just a real car. Nothing fancy, nothing flashy. At car shows, it's kind of ugly, but you know what? It gets the respect because you don't see many of them around. Also, if you guys are interested in FlatBroke Garage t-shirts, stickers, stuff like that, I have them. You can go to FlatBroke Garage TN, email me, or you can go to flatbrokegarage.com. There's a form on there with the t-shirts and how to order them. Or catch me on Facebook Messenger, something like that, all right here. That's going to wrap this one up. It was kind of long. I've been traveling. The month of July has not been good for me. I'm really falling behind on stuff, but I got to look after me. So that's what I've been doing. So I figured I kind of glued all these little videos together to make one big one. What do you guys think? Is that something you like? Make a long story out of them instead of, you know, chopping them up? Put it down there in the comments. As always, thank you so much for following, liking, subscribing, sharing, just saying hi to me. I appreciate it. Have a great one, guys. We will talk to you next time.